Okay, so I'm going to be doing Kolbe index scores for myself and each of my team members for my reflection. I'm going to talk about how they either played well together or they opposed one another. So first I'll start with myself. I have an assistant fact finder. I'm a 9 there. Pretty strong follow through, pretty resistant quick start, and definitely resistant implementer. So fact finder definitely became an apparent cognitive trait to myself after we took this test. I realized, wow, like I do really need facts. I need the information before I can begin a project. I like to be very organized, and I also just need research done and before I'm ready to take the risk of starting projects. So definitely not one for risk, and that was apparent, but we definitely took my strong suit of being a researcher, being a fact finder, and use that for our team. And then implementer was definitely something I saw that I was resistant in. I never really realized before. I don't want much to do with the actual constructing of things. I don't need to see them physically play out. I don't have any need for that. So that definitely was something that I was resistant in, along with quick start. I'm not one to jump into anything. Like I said, I don't really enjoy risk. So now we'll talk about one of my next team members and their Kolbe scores. Alright, so this is Awesome's Kolbe index scores. As you can see here, he is an insistent quick start with an 8, pretty resistant follow through, pretty in the middle for fact finder and implementer. So for quick start, Awesome was for sure our risk guy, someone that was ready to just jump into any of the projects or assignments that we had. He didn't need much information, so that was something that maybe him and I conflicted a little bit with. I definitely wanted to have all the information before we began doing calculations or anything, but Awesome more so was like, give me a section, I'm ready to jump in and start it. But really, it started to play well for us because I would get caught up wanting maybe too much of information, being the fact finder here, and he was like, no, we need to get going, like we need to start. Some of this stuff is unnecessary. So that was huge for our team, and we definitely played that well. By him being a quick start for us. This is Fahad's Kolbe index scores, and he, as you can see, is an insistent follow through with a 7, pretty in the middle for the implementer and fact finder, and pretty resistant for quick start. So he was most definitely our follow through guy. He was kind of our director of our team. He got all of us together. He got us set up. He got us organized. Made sure each of us had our part and divided it up equally. He definitely took into consideration our strengths and weaknesses, which was huge for us to be the most efficient that we could. He also was the one that made sure that everything got submitted, everything was done right. We followed what we were instructed to do. So he was very good about that. We really, really enjoyed having Fahad guide us all, because we all did have such insistent different categories for the Kolbe scores. So he kind of was the one that meshed us together. And this is our final team member, Ryan. He's pretty insistent here in fact finder, and almost insistent in implementer, pretty resistant in quick start, and in the middle for follow through. We definitely tried to push towards his implementer, seeing as how we were missing kind of that cognitive there. So he really did reflect that a lot for us. He really was our calculations guy. He really started to construct the reports for us, put a lot of things into action. He definitely played this implemental part. You could see when he really needed physical evidence and wanted to see things firsthand before he was ready to manipulate with them. So he definitely got us going and implemented a lot of the things that we needed for our projects for us. So our fact finder, you could tell he was insistent in this. Him and I definitely sometimes would get on that same page and keep wanting more information instead of just kind of jumping in. We'd maybe work too much like each other and want too much information. So it was nice having a quick start and a follow through that kind of kept us online, got us going, and didn't get us stuck on just finding facts. So that was big for us. Overall, I do believe Kolbe Index was a great source for creating our teams. It worked really well for us. Really matching up those different categories. I think it's huge, and I think this is one of the better teams I've worked on in my life, so I would definitely recommend people taking the test before finding out who they'd work best with. So yeah, definitely appreciated Kolbe index in this class.